What's up, people? Case West here, back with more Better Call Saul. This is episode 5, Black and Blue. Where we left off last episode, Kim and Jimmy were looking at Saul's new office. I don't know if Kim is going to tell Saul that Lalo's alive. You know, in the previous episode, after Mike told Kim and she asked basically what I was thinking, why he didn't tell Saul directly. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but after reading some comments and thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense. You know, sometimes I forget that season 5 was so long ago, but obviously in this universe, it wasn't long ago at all that Jimmy was in the desert and almost got shot in the face. So he's probably still got a lot of trauma left over from that whole experience. And I think Mike understood that it might not be best to bring that up to him. Especially since, in Mike's words, you know, Lalo probably won't reach out. They're just watching he and Kim just to make sure. So there's no reason to get them worried more than they should be. And Kim obviously was still worried, but like Mike said, he thinks she's made of sterner stuff, so she can handle it a little bit better than Jimmy. We still don't know what's going on with Lalo. Excuse me. I'm assuming this episode he will probably pop back up. I could be wrong. I think there's just 3 more episodes until we take the break. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it's 8 or 9. And then we take a break, and then the second half of the season starts back up, which hopefully there's not too much downtime there. The case, Lalo's case, it seems like everyone pretty much knows what Jimmy did. Whether or not they can prove it is a different thing, but I gotta think there's gonna be some repercussions, and I'm wondering if Kim tells Jimmy that Lalo is alive, how that would affect his decision. I mean, I gotta think if he's alive, Jimmy would definitely choose not to be a rat, right? Because, though, I mean, it's one thing to fool the courts and get caught. It's another thing to rat out the cartel. I mean, you pretty much signed your death warrant at that point. Not to mention, they don't have any evidence yet. So I think it would make sense for him to just keep playing along, that he didn't, well, not that he didn't know, but that he doesn't know what they're talking about, I guess. He's definitely not going to give Lalo up, I wouldn't think. Man, I other than that, I really don't know what else. I mean, what we've got left is just what's going on with Lalo. Where is he at? When is he going to make his move? Gus seems like he's tired of having to, well, carry a gun on him for sure and wear a vest, but he's tired of living with, I don't know if I would say fear. I mean, I would seem that he is a little bit fearful. But he's definitely not in control of the situation, and we know he does not enjoy that. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, obviously, if this goes the way it usually goes, the last episode of this first half is going to be a huge cliffhanger, or at least a huge turning point. So I'm wondering what can happen in these next 2 or 3 episodes and what we could end with. Maybe Lalo doesn't show up until that last episode. maybe something even worse happens. I don't think, if anything permanent or final is going to happen to Kim, I don't think it's going to happen until the very end. But other than that, I mean, we know Jimmy doesn't die. We know Gus doesn't die. We know Mike doesn't die. I mean, she's the only wild card left. I guess the next 2 or 3 episodes are just going to focus a lot on what's going on with Howard. That could be also the maybe that's what the finale of this first half is going to be. Whatever they're planning for Howard. I just have a feeling that whatever they're planning for Howard, Kim explained it as we're going to leave him standing but just bruised. And I got a feeling that something's going to go wrong and it's going to go way worse for Howard either than they were expected, or maybe Kim planned for it to go bad for him the whole time without telling Jimmy. I don't know. Obviously I'm worried about Kim, but I'm really worried about Howard as well. It's so excellent. The writing is so excellent. To think back on how I viewed Howard in like season 1. I mean, Howard was the bad guy, and then we find out that he was doing most of what he was doing because of Chuck, who, by the way, I really want to see a flashback of Chuck in this season. I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes, but it would be really good to hear from him. And I'd like to see, obviously, whatever, flashback we get, they usually serve to show just how complicated his relationship is with Jimmy. I would like to see another scene with them together, happy, Those were always good scenes in previous seasons. I'd also like to see a little more of Kim's backstory. All we know from what we've seen is, when she was younger and her mom had been drinking and came to pick her up and she refused to ride with her. I always wondered if maybe her mom died that night. I don't know why. I just thought maybe, that would just show that her decision making was correct. And maybe that reinforced to her that she needs to stick to her guns when she makes up her mind, makes her decisions. But other than that, we don't really know much about her. She had that brief story she gave to the man when Mesa Verde was trying to get him to move off the land. She said that they moved a lot and they were just like one step ahead of the bill collectors or something to that effect. So we know she didn't have the best childhood. Also, when they got married, the judge made a random comment when he was pronouncing their names, and Kim didn't have a middle name. And he noted that, and he said, "That's odd." And I always thought that was not random, that she changed her name possibly, or I don't know. I thought there was more to that, so maybe I wonder if that'll come back up. But anyways, that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. I want to see a black and white intro. I wonder if we're going to get any of those this season. This half. Here we go. I think we saw this in the trailer. I don't know if what was that? German? I don't know. It's a gift for somebody, I guess. I don't know what that instrument was. This show is always so good at that. What if he's just standing there? That'd be creepy as shit. Can't be too cautious. Well, Saul's gonna see that in the morning, and surely.
Everything okay?
Can't sleep. Figured I'd get a jump on work.
The nuns back in Cicero would send me to hell for saying it, but thank God he's dead.
I love that now Kim has the information and he doesn't. The first shit every season up until now, it's been Saul just hiding stuff from her to keep her feeling safe. And now it's the opposite. I'd leave it. She's in the game. Remember when Mike said that out in the desert? Changed everything. Gus, turn some lights on.
May I suggest our signature Spice Girls?
Sure. Give me a large on that. Also, 2 Cokes and a side of Coke.
What was he? He's having some PTSD, or he's got a feeling something's going on.
That is relevant to the claims at issue. Now this brings us
Oh
to
no, is that Howard?
relevance. If a document or a piece of evidence is relevant, that means it has a tendency to prove or disprove an element in the case.
This whole thing is just taking so darn long.
Unfortunately, high-stakes class actions like these often move on a protracted timeline.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be with you today. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm your lead attorney, Howard Hamlin. Just call me Howard. And this is my co-counsel, Cliff Main. We're pushing to get an extra 30% on top of the penalty. Not because we're greedy, no. Because it's what you deserve. Now, to get your due, may take a little extra time. It's about people. It's about you, Sally, right?
Right, Sally.
And you, sir. We're sending a message. We're not going to let big corporations pick the pockets of hardworking folks.
Thanks again.
He's a hell of a salesman.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I feel better. Thank you.
See, Cliff's got to be like that. He just
Bye now.
Thank you.
You take care.
doesn't come off as a
Well,
coke fiend.
just put out a major fire.
That was impressive.
Aaron, I'll see you back at the office.
I threw a woman out of my car in the middle of the street.
He
And I
knows.
I just drive right past it. That's what you're saying. I don't even... I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm not asking you to respond. I just need you to know that I know.
It wasn't me, Cliff. Whoever you think
Yeah,
you
sorry,
saw.
but that's the kind of thing my son used to say.
Oh,
It was your
no.
Jaguar, your namaste plate. It was you.
So there's the baggie at the country club.
Yes.
After that, some clients who you can't name because of privilege make insinuations. Then on Thursday, you have a business meeting and you witness a Jaguar speeding past.
Yeah, that's a little convenient, isn't it?
Who were you meeting with?
Not sure why that's germane, but Kim Wexler. She came to me for career advice.
He knows.
Cliff, I know this wasn't easy for you. You came to me as a friend. I appreciate it.
You can start today, Howard.
Oh, I will. Because you're right. I do have a problem. Just not the problem you think. I have a Jimmy McGill problem.
Jimmy McGill.
You'll have to excuse me.
Howard.
Julie.
Oh, shit.
Howard.
That's hilarious. All right. Now Howard knows. What if he catches wind about the Lalo case and decides to step in and hammer it to Jimmy and Kim? I mean, that would be... That is... I mean, I guess obviously he's not as good a lawyer, but he would have some resources.
So it's just...
Me. Just me. For now. But think of it this way. Half the work.
Yeah.
What happened to the old folks?
Yeah.
Elder law. Good luck.
Where are you going?
Back to the MVD. Took half a personal day for this.
What if I double your salary?
Yep.
My salary at the MVD or what you're paying me before?
Whatever's less. No, whatever's more. More.
You fucking
It's the word
idiot.
I'm looking for. Did I mention the signing bonus?
What does he even need her for if he's gonna keep him waiting outside? Hey, Viola? Yeah. She did say she was gonna try to hire back a bunch of people.
Thanks for meeting me.
Of course.
It's a cool shot.
I wanted to apologize.
Rich moved me over to Sandpiper.
Right. I think I heard that.
Uh-oh.
How's it going?
It's pretty interesting. So far, it's a deep dive into class action.
Damn, I thought she was gonna hire her. Maybe she's just...
It's a new guy. A retired judge who lives up in Santa Fe, Casimiro. What you're doing to help the little guy. It's incredible.
I'm just getting started.
I really admire you, Kim. Changing direction like that. Sometimes I question all of it, but you make me feel better about the law.
Oh, man. Ugh. Stab you in the heart. So is she gonna hire her, or is she just trying to
Hit and run 15 minutes. Shoplifting, I can
pick her brain
knock that out in 10. Yeah, 10.
on
Hey,
Sandpiper?
This ain't fine dining, okay? Our business model is turning tables. So are you Mr. Ward? Okay. Well, good evening to you.
It was Mr. Ward. Is it Tuco? We're in a boxing. Would he be out?
Hello, Jimmy.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Ward, I presume. So wait, that means you're the guy who shanked some dude in a rumble near Central Penn. That's very street of you.
I thought it sounded like a Saul Goodman kind of case. I'm tired, Jimmy. You and me, us. I'm tired of this. Aren't you? It's exhausting. Let's punch it out.
Are you kidding?
I'm dead serious. Hoping you might get it out of your system. Do I think it'll work? I don't know. Call it a Hail Mary. I have the gear, I ran in the ring. It's just you and me. And Mackie to ref.
I am sorry, but have you lost your mind?
Actually, I'm as clear-headed as I've ever been in my life. You didn't even try to hide your tracks. The baggie of drugs at the country club. The clients you sent to discredit me. Another prostitute.
Okay, once again, as usual.
Please, I could go on.
Black
All
and blue.
roads lead back to you. It's Psych 101. I'm trying to give you what you want.
What I want, I think this is what you want. You want to beat the shit out of me?
Yes.
I think you could hold up your end. Let's see what we see.
I really want to see them box.
Thanks for the laughs.
Do it. You might get one or two shots in. Yes! Holy shit. Did you ever think you'd see them two boxing? I bet Howard's not bad.
Tap club
Watch it. This is Mr. Nobody over here on the left.
Yeah! I'm the champ! Hey, look at me! Hey, take a shot. Come on, take a swing.
Oh! Howard sucks! No, I wanted to see like a actual like knockout. Oh. Cool. That had some power.
Here we go.
He's exhausted already. Oh. Get some. See, I would have thought Howard had been training here. Oh. Damn.
You've mistaken my kindness for weakness. I'd like to think that this ends it.
Of course it doesn't.
Probably not.
You gonna make it worse. I cannot believe we just got a boxing match between those two.
Pretty much as expected.
So, we're on?
Yes.
Anything in particular you want me to look for? We'll see you Friday.
So now he's gonna have two tails. Because Mike's guys are still watching him somewhere. So many storylines coming together, and it's like, who's gonna be watching when Lalo shows up? Is he gonna say anything? He's gotta be humiliated. So did Howard do that?
What are you doing? I'd say you'd be missing a bet. I'm Saul Goodman. Pow! I fight for you.
How'd it go with Viola?
I got a name.
I'll fight for you, huh?
Yeah.
Wonder what story did he tell her though?
I should have left Howard standing there like a yutz. Instead, I let him suck me into his game. Why'd I do that?
You know.
I know.
You know what's coming next.
What's going on with Gus? He had like a... I wanted to call it a panic attack, but it looked like he saw somebody or something. He had a feeling that something was going on. We've never seen him panic, so maybe that's what a Gus panic attack looks like. Looked like he was ready to kill someone. Oh, that's a good shot. It was on the door. You gotta hate that.
Tell your men that we are going out.
You know, I wonder... Well, that's probably exactly what this is. When he's going to continue working on the lab. So he's thinking maybe Lalo is trying to... Because Lalo's got to get evidence. So it would make sense for him to try to find this lab. Somebody made a good point in the comments that maybe Lalo was trying to find Werner Ziegler's wife. Oh, is he putting a gun in there? So he's gonna try to lure him down there, I guess. If he can spot him when he shows up and lead him here.
Was darf sein?
Ein Martini, bitte.
That sounds...
Cacao gin?
Give me whatever you like.
You're American.
I guess you could spot us a mile away. Yeah, I'm here on business.
Oh, shit.
No, New Mexico.
Is that Werner's wife?
Thank you. A little town called Jemez.
Jemez. I almost visited there once.
Almost.
Oh, that's her. Fuck.
This close. He was able to save his men. He got them out, but then the structure collapsed.
So your husband was a hero.
He would never accept that. My Werner was too humble.
What were they building there?
My husband didn't talk much about his work. It was very secretive.
The lawyers came to my house. I asked questions. They wouldn't say much.
Lawyers.
They went through Werner's things, took anything that they called, how do you say it? Proprietary.
Werner loved seine Jungs, his boys. But I never even met them.
That...
What do you mean, not even at the funeral?
You'd think
That's what
they'd
we
want
saw
to pay respect
engraved.
to the men who saved their lives. They sent flowers, keepsakes, and so on. But not one of them showed his face.
They didn't show up to the funeral.
That is...
So that was Werner's
not right.
tool in the beginning, and it said probably to my boys or something like that.
In another life, yes.
He's just gonna break in tomorrow, see what he can find.
Good night.
That's all he wanted, to know where she lived. What could he find that... Hell, even just an address to the laundromat. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck, no, he's not gonna. Oh no.
Ich muss los. Komm mal. Komm mal. Bärchen. Ich muss los.
It's a ghost. He sees ghosts. Just get out.
Okay. Du bleibst hier.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, maybe it was from the boys. Okay, so if they had that made, he can just look up that company and see if he can track down some of the other workers. Oh, shit. Well, at least he didn't kill her. Alright, that was episode 5, Black and Blue. That title actually pertains to the episode, because Jimmy and Howard got into a fight, which is freaking hilarious. I never in 1,000 years would have guessed that we were going to see those two in a boxing match. I thought Howard was going to be, it looked like maybe he trained there. So I thought maybe he was going to be a little bit better than that. But in the end, he did get the upper hand on that fight. I also thought for a second that the guy that was there as their ref was maybe like there to actually tune Jimmy up for real. But I guess that whole thing was just a ploy to get the PI onto Jimmy. There's probably easier ways to do that, but Howard knew that that wasn't going to end this little feud they've got going on. If anything, it's going to fuel it more. Well, we saw Lalo, and it looks like he was focused on finding evidence of the lab. That's the evidence he was thinking about. He knew that there was only like 12 Werner Zieglers in Germany, or in wherever that place they were. I don't know if it was all of Germany or a smaller part, but obviously he did the homework, found his widow. She said that his Werner's boys, the guys the crew that worked for him, they didn't show up to the funeral. And I'm wondering if that was because, you know, after Werner died, Gus kept them on to keep working. No, that's not true. Because after he died, they all got put on a van and flown back out. But I'm wondering if they were flown home or if Gus flew them somewhere else. Obviously, they weren't allowed to talk to anybody. And then when she said that the lawyers came and took anything proprietary, whose lawyers? They couldn't be Gus's lawyers. Gus doesn't want any kind of connection between him and this. So that's I mean, I guess they could be Gus's lawyers, but maybe they didn't say who they represented. Maybe Werner signed something. I don't know. I don't know. So Gus obviously is becoming more and more stressed about this whole situation. He went and planted a gun in the lab. So whenever they do find Lalo and he does pop his head up, I guess the goal is going to be to lure him down in there, acting like they didn't know, and then boom, he's got a gun down there. I mean, if I were him, I'd have a gun hidden in like every fucking room that I could possibly be in when he shows up. I mean, I'm just wondering how this is going to play out because obviously the lab gets built. I'm assuming in Better Call Saul, Don Eladio, they had to have known about Gus's lab because they knew he was producing meth. I don't know. I really don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, I would assume that Lalo is going to die, but that's not necessarily true. Same with Kim. We don't know in Breaking Bad. They could be somewhere else in the background. Who knows? I really don't know. But I think I'm most interested in what Howard's going to do. He doesn't seem to care that Cliff is still convinced that he is a coke head. Maybe he's going to run with it. Maybe that was smart not to tell Cliff everything. He did mention Jimmy's name, but that would mean that now that he doesn't know, Kim and Jimmy could still try to work on Cliff without Cliff being any wiser. You know, a thought crossed my mind during the episode that if Howard catches wind of this whole Lalo situation with Jimmy, he could maybe step in and prosecute. Which now he's got a tail on Jimmy, so he could find the evidence that way. Well, we know Mike's guys are watching as well, so I got a feeling that Mike is going to let Kim and Jimmy know that Howard's got guys on him. So then they could just keep playing Howard like they don't have a tail. I mean, there's so many twists and turns, and everybody's being, there's like layers to the deceit that's going on here, which has been a staple of this show. That episode was a little more, we got a little further than we did in the last episode. And like I said, I think they're going to episode 8 or episode 9 before they take the break and come back and finish the second half of the season. So it seems like everything's going to kind of start ramping up here shortly. And I got to think that something major is going to happen in this first half finale. If Lalo dies, I wouldn't think that it would happen in this first half, because then all we'd have left is the, I mean, I guess it could, and then we would have just the focus on the Howard front. But the series finale has got to be bigger than this first half finale. So if Lalo dies in the first half, then something bad is going to happen to Kim and Jimmy. You know, obviously the worst thing that could happen is Kim dying. But anything that happens to that relationship, the best thing about this show has always been their relationship. And it would almost break my heart more if Kim lived, but they split. Even if it, you know, maybe even unamicably. Like that would, I feel like that would hurt. Well, I don't know. The worst thing that can happen, whatever happens, and I mentioned it in the last episode, Saul's got to be the one that loses, right? It's his show. He's got to be the one that loses everything, if somebody's going to lose everything. And if that happens, it's going to be something that happens to Kim. So I don't know. There's really no point speculating at this point, because the writers are so good at this show. That, oh, the opening scene, that was that tool, and I didn't realize it until there towards the end. That was Werner's tool, and it looks like his crew had that mounted and sent to his widow. And I guess Lalo saw the name of the company that built it, and he's gonna backtrack that and see if he can get some more information. That would make sense. He tracks down some of the crew members and gets a little more info out of them, and some of those guys might die. Also, when are we going to get more flash forwards in black and white like we were getting in the previous seasons? That may not happen until the second half. But the last we saw, Jimmy is going after, well, I don't know if he's going after the taxi driver that recognized him. He just told the vacuum repairman on the phone, "I'll handle it myself," and hung up. So he's fixing to take some matter into his own hands. I don't know. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys. Another great episode. And feel free to like, subscribe, comment all you want. I love reading the comments. You guys are so good at, well, first of all, you're so good at catching things that I don't catch. Even after, when I edit this, it's like watching the episode for a second time. And I catch a lot of things that I missed then, but I still don't catch everything you guys catch. So anything that you guys think I missed, drop it. Drop it in the comments. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.